name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Woo. Hi everybody and welcome to our show. Thank you so much for being with us on this Tuesday in August. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to our channel, whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook. You can like our page on Facebook and hit that notification button because we are live lots of times, lots of info, great tips, and just some fun, some quilty fun every week. So also, we have a giveaway at the end of the show, so stick around, everybody. Answer the giveaway question at the end, and you get a chance to win a $25 gift card. And we love to interact with you, ask questions, say hi to your friends, tell us where you're tuning in from. We love to see it. So hearts, thumbs up, all of that good stuff. I've got some great things to share with you on today's show. We are counting down to our first quilt along from the new book. And lots of great new products in the store. So stick around, everybody. Say hi to Mr. HP. He's running the show as always.
Running
the show. You are really matching that quilt behind you.
I'm running. Oh, hi, everybody. It's Nova, just so you want to know.
I've never seen you run so fast.
That's Nova.
That's Nova, exactly. Nova from Starry Sky Bundle. And I've got behind me, I've got Frankie right in the middle, which is in the new book from Live Out Loud, a bundle that should be coming early September now. It's delayed, as a lot of things are. We also have Kobe quilt and a little Mia. And then we have the real Kobe napping over there as well. Yes, as always. So let's start by announcing our winner from last week's show. My question to you was, it was National Left-Handed Day. And so I wanted to ask you, do you have left-handed people in your family? And our winner is...
Drum roll, please.
Alma Grogan. Congratulations, Alma. $25 gift card is yours. So in order for us to get it to you, make sure you send us an email to help@GEQuiltDesigns, and we will get that right to you. Yes. Thank you for participating. So we've have a lot going on around here. We are busy. We are headed out of town this weekend.
Where are we going?
We're going to St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Meet me in St. Louis, baby. We're headed to Baby Lock Convention, Baby Lock Tech. So I don't know if anybody watching is going, but we're excited to go there, meet with a lot of shop owners and dealers and educators, and I'll be teaching classes there on my Quilt As You Go techniques and doing a lot of chatting and networking and interacting and having fun, I think. Yeah, it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
So we'll be posting some updates, of course, from our adventures in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. And if you got any tips on good restaurants, let us know. Mm-hmm. Let us know if you're from the area or anything cool to see, because we got a little time on Saturday to play.
Couple 4 days.
Well, I don't have a lot of time to play, but I got a little time. I'm pretty busy, but you got a little more time to play, so maybe.
I'm going to play.
Yeah, you got a little more. I think you're going to be playing and more so around the long arms. You'll be sneaking into all the long arm classes, I'm sure.
Trying to sneak and see if I can find some techniques.
Yeah, there you go. So we're excited for that, and then it's going to be nonstop from there. I mean, Labor Day weekend is following that, which is wild. That that marks kind of end of summer sometimes, at least here in the north. And we got tent sale coming up. I mean, it's just a lot going on. But before we dive into more things coming up, let's take a look at my tip of the day. This time, I'm calling it glue pinning. You know, those times where you're working with really tiny pieces and you have to do those folded corners or any other pinning, sometimes it's really a lot easier just to use a little bit of glue instead of poking yourselves with some pins. So let's take a look at the tip. The term glue pinning is referred to when we need to pin something that's very little, is usually used for very little pieces, and I happen to be doing a lot of that recently. For example, when you're doing your folded corners, whether you're drawing a line, trimming them off, I prefer to use a little bit of glue instead of putting a pin into very small pieces. So the glue that I prefer to use is called Apple Glue. This is by Gillily Studios. It is archival quality, so will not damage your fabrics or cause any premature aging. It's acid-free, pH neutral, and completely water soluble. So it has already a precision tip on it that's out of plastic, so it won't rust. So some glues will have a metal tip, but it won't rust. You can clean it easily just by running water through it, and there's a tip cap on here that will prevent it from drying out. So it's completely safe for your quilts. Whether you leave it in or you wash it out, it's really great. So how I use this, if you're doing folded corners, whether you draw lines or use a laser or line on your machine, where the part that's going to get trimmed off, I just place little glue dots there. You can put one right here. And this glue will just adhere and create that bond, temporary bond. You can still lift it and move it around, but it pretty much bonds instantly, which is different from Elmer's. You can use Elmer's washable glue, but that one you have to heat set for it to really stick. So this is why I like the Apple Glue. I like the fact that it was designed by a fellow female pattern designer, and so I love supporting that. So this is what I love for small pieces, folded corners, and you can also use it for if you're sewing triangles to a bigger piece, or whether you use for your folded corners, maybe you use a corner clipper where you place your pieces on. You can do that with our trimmers as well, and you trim it off like this. You can still use the glue because it's really hard to put a pin in such small pieces, and sometimes we're even working with smaller pieces for some of those tilde projects, for example, Elizabeth Hartman as well. So I can just put 3 little dots right here in the seam allowance, place it right here, and it's just ready to sew. I don't have to worry about it. I can stitch right on it. Now, if you get a little bit of glue on your cutting mat, as I did here, easy enough, just have a wet cloth and wipe it down and it'll come right off. So this is my favorite method to use for pinning when I'm working with really small pieces. So there it is, glue pinning. Now, we had some questions. Does the glue gum up your needle? So as you could see, I put it on the outside pieces. So that is the parts that is not going in the seam. So I try to avoid it, putting it right under where the seam is going to go or where the needle is going to go. But however, if you do get some glue on your needle, it's so easy to wipe it off. Like I said, if you get glue on your table, you just get a wet cloth and it wipes right off because it is water soluble and really, really easy to use. So, but when I'm pinning, I try to not put it. I put it in the seam allowance, as you can see. I put it in the part that gets trimmed off if you're doing folded corners. So yes, we do have the applique glue, and of course, if you do any kind of applique, this is brilliant. So whether it's by hand or by machine, like the turned over machine applique, this is really, really awesome. Completely, like I said, acid-free, archival quality, pH neutral. It will not damage any fabric. It says water soluble and water reversible. So I think that just means that you can wet it and the glue goes away. so you can, if something is too sticky. And I love the tip. So I said it's a plastic tip. It's actually a nylon tip. So the glue actually does drain back into the bottle. I've had glues before where there was a metal tip and it kind of started getting rusty, get cloggy in there. So can you use it for holding your binding in place? Yes, you absolutely can, because I love this because you don't need to heat set it. I have used just Elmer's, but that will not dry fast enough and stick. It will kind of move unless you heat set it. So this one I don't have to heat set. It will just set really fast. But I've been working on those tilde projects, working on stripologizing those little patterns. And so I've been actually really enjoying getting back to some little pieces. It's been a long time since I worked with little pieces, and this is an absolute lifesaver. So totally recommend it if you're going to be doing any of the tilde stuff with us. So any other questions, let us know. Yes, we carry it in the store. That comes with the tip, so you don't have to purchase the fine tip separately. It comes with a little bag attached that you can put that tip in as soon as you get it. And I love the fact it comes off really easily. You just take it off like this, and then you can just run it under water to really clean it up if it starts getting any clogging, and pop it right back on like this. So very nice, very nice. Any other questions on the glue, on the glue pinning? Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Okay. Try it out. Try it out. And it goes a really long way. I know this looks like a small bottle. I mean, this thing goes a long way. Absolutely. And it is a great price comparable to other stuff on the market. And I love supporting a female entrepreneur, fellow colleague. So love that. Okay, let's take a look at some other things. London Calling, I forgot to show this to you last week. London Calling was released on the 15th, and we're now into part 11 of 14, which means we're getting closer. So actually this time around, lots of blocks. Yeah, we did quite a few blocks. I think we did a total of 7. They're all different shapes and sizes. All fairly simple, but this was representing London parks and gardens. As you may know, there's lots of parks and gardens in London, and if I am getting around the city, if I have a chance to take the scenic route and walk through one of the gardens, I will. Or the parks. They're just beautiful. Some have, beautiful little bridges, little vignettes, and amazing flowers and plants. And so you feel like when you're walking through, you feel like you step into just complete nature and you're not in a big city. So I just love that. So we had to represent that. So with a beautiful green color and some accents of other, a little bit of water because of the ponds, and yeah, beautiful. So those of you doing London Calling with us, there is part 12 next month, part 13 in October, and 14 is the big reveal. I know you're getting excited to try and figure out how this all comes together. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to see your reaction to that, because I think it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. So, anybody enjoying London Calling? Oh, some of you are saying that you're all up to date and caught up. Not that you have to be. This project doesn't go away. You have your videos forever, and fabric doesn't go bad, as I always say. So this is great. Still working on prisms, Jocelyn said. Yeah, we finished off our class packs last week as well, so that was really great. We had our Zoom call, lots of great questions and chats, and people were very excited about both the quilts. And so we'll share a great slideshow of all the quilts from this summer's class packs here soon, which was prisms and frequency. Very different quilts, very different techniques, but really good together. Please spell the name of the glue, APPLI-glue, Apple glue. Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay, good. So if you missed our show last week, our Tipsy Tuesday show last week, I let you in on a project revealed a project that has been in the works for many, many years, and that is our Stripology quilting case. We are finally able to share that this is coming, arriving in first shipment in December. So it is available for pre-order for those cases coming in December. So this is something I designed specifically for to travel with your Stripology rulers as hard panels that will keep all the rulers safe. It fits a 18 by 24, or actually a 19 by 25 inch cutting mat safely. It will not crunch corners, and of course, as you can see, it holds a lot of other things, even a whole quilt if you're working on machine quilting it or binding. So taking things to retreat is a whole nother world with the Stripology quilting case. The great thing about it, it also can hang on a wall, so it can act as your storage as you're sewing. And for those that don't have a sewing room, it's great to just be able to store your stuff away. The rulers are safe. It fits a ruler up to 25 inches long, so any other than the Stripology rulers, of course, will fit in there. So we're very excited, and we're really thankful and humbled by all your great response and how many of you are so excited for it. No, of course, this was completely designed by us here. This is a big project for a small family company like ours, but we are so proud of it, and I think with it taking so long to bring to market, I think we thought of all of the things. Trust me, I try to think of all of the things to make it the best it can be. So excited about that. So check it out. We have some videos, and you can check it out. All right. I know some of you were concerned about the price, but honestly, the design process, how it's manufactured, is quality materials. It's all the things that make it better. So that's just unfortunately what it is. Unfortunately, what it is these days. All right. It will not be sold on Amazon. I should say that. Will not be sold on Amazon or eBay or any third-party websites. It will be sold in independent quilt shops and quilt shops that are online and also in person. So we're excited about that. Support our local quilt shops. All right, and it will be a MAP price, so it will be the same price everywhere. Okay, let's move on. We got a big thing tomorrow. Our first quilt along from the new book, the Stripology Quickies book. The Mia quilt along is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time on YouTube. So all of you that are ready to sew along for this first project out of the book, I am so excited to see your fabrics. Of course, this is just like we did our Kobe and our Dina quilt along in the past. It's just one video, and we'll be answering all questions during the presentation. So it's all in one. Of course, you're not going to be able to make it in real time with me, but I go through the steps. And then if you pre-ordered your book or ordered the Mia pattern, we will also put that video right into your account so you can have access to it and easily find it for a long time. And also, if you just have the book, the video will be on YouTube and stay on YouTube for a bit so that you can always go back and watch whenever you're ready to hop in. So how many of you are joining me tomorrow, whether you're sewing tomorrow or just going to watch? Do you have some fabrics ready? We'd love to hear about it if you have your fabrics ready. So what I did suggest, if you want to sew along tomorrow and make tomorrow night a sewing night, get your squares cut out according to the pattern, according to the book. So whether you're working with half yard cuts, fat quarters, or even fat eighths, get them all cut up and ready to go. So you can check out that pattern. Sometimes you can maybe cut up some scraps to use. Lots of size options for Mia. I do believe it's 6 size options, so it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I'm excited to share with you the version that I made as I showed you with the fabrics way back. All right, so any questions on the Mia Quilt Along, let me know. Post them in the comments. So, oh, somebody's telling us to check out the Botanical Gardens in St. Louis. So, any questions, Mr. HP? Do you see anybody asking questions?
No questions. Everybody's just saying they'll be
Ooh,
there.
somebody's using the Sleuth bundle. That sounds great. Apricot and Ash. Oh, that's a good one. That's a blast from the past. Not too far in the past, but that's a great one. Remember that. Fabrics are ready. Batiks. I love it. Working on starching. That's awesome. Yeah, it's just always a fun time. So we're excited about the Quilt Along, and of course, as I have been mentioning, with the book coming out, we will be doing more things out of the book. So I am really excited to give you a little sneak peek of what is coming. So you that have been following us for a while, remember that we have had Fast and Furious Club going on for 4 seasons. We just did the 4th season this last winter. So we're going to pause the Fast and Furious Club for this coming year. But instead, we have a Stripology Quickies Club coming. So we are going to be sewing 12 of the patterns out of the book. And you will hear more about this next week on our show next week, but I wanted to give you a sneak peek. Yes. So if you have the book in hand and are looking at what quilts you want to make, this club will go, we will kick off our first one in October, and then we will be sewing our way through those 12 quilts for a whole year. So quilt along fun for a whole year. Yes. So let me know if that is something that intrigues you. You can plan ahead, and you'll find out exactly when we're doing what next week. You'll find all the details next week. All the details next week. But I'm excited. I showed our class pack folks on our Zoom this and talked a little bit about it, and it was really fun to see their reactions. They're excited. Everybody that does class packs loves to have the videos, so that'll be this same way. I'm adding a little bit of something to go back to our kind of the throwback to our quilt alongs that we did during the pandemic, when everybody was able to sew together on the same day, and we all had we had a recipe, we had a playlist, and all those fun things. So we'll be throwing some more things like that together so we can take it back, at least somewhat. Even though we're maybe not all going to sew at the same time, you can create your own sew day, maybe with friends. So love that. Oh, that's really great. Great to hear your excitement. So stick around, come back to our show next week. And remember, next week is going to be a Wednesday show because I'll be teaching at Baby Lock. So Wednesday, Tipsy Tuesday is going to be on a Wednesday next week. A little switcheroo. All right, so one more thing I wanted to mention. I did talk about this last Friday a little bit about our FanFest. It's coming up fast. And a lot of folks are coming to our FanFest, whether they're coming for some of the events before, after, or just on Saturday for our tent sale. I was telling you how we're going to have some trunk shows from anything from the Tilda, beautiful Tilda quilts. We're going to have some bags from By Annie. We're going to have instructors, Nina and Teresa, demoing throughout the day. There will be some make and takes outside. Cherrywood Fabrics will be here. And so will also be a representative from Shannon Fabrics, which is experts in the cuddle. So answering all your questions on cuddle and how you can use it in multiple different things. So lots to learn. And one more thing. Yes, one more thing. There will be a massive quilt sample sale as well. So we always have a raffle going to charity, but we also will be selling a lot of our quilt samples. It is getting to be kind of a lot, so I have to kind of weed out some beauties that want to find a new home. So if you know folks in the area that maybe aren't quilters but would love a quilt, love to purchase a quilt, tell them to stop on by. So we're excited about that. It's going to be hard. But I just have a hard time parting with my quilts, but if I know they're going to either a great cause or a great family, it's always best that way. So, all right. So, online sales. Susan, we always have our cyber tent sale happening a few weeks after our regular tent sale. So, yes, so that'll be early October. We will have some quilts there too, I promise. I promise. I'll make sure to set some aside. Okay. I have some great new things in the store. Things are coming in hot around here. I wanted to mention because these little zipper charms have been so popular. We got some new zipper charms. We have Kathy Holden. So with this one is really cute. It's a lily pad with a little frog on it and a flower, a ladybug. So these are just little loop on zipper charms. Got this little tiny alligator clasp on it so you can put it on bags or whatever else. We have the USA, the flag, and then the USA. Perfect to put on your purse or your bag that you make for taking it to vote, everybody, right? And then we have the most adorable flower with a smiley face. And what is that? Is this a Volkswagen? What is this called? A bus? It's kind of like a little bus. VW bus? Yeah, VW bus. In Icelandic, it's called rúbrauð, which means rye bread. Because it's the shape of a bread. So we call this the VW rúbrauð. But I think it's so cute. It's a perfect color. For some reason, these two just remind me of Colleen. Yeah, they just do. So these are really cute. These are new, brand new. We also have, we got the flannel, Farmhouse Flannels bundle just a couple weeks ago. And I, of course, these are hard to get out. I made the supersized Diana that's in the book from that bundle. Beautiful flannels from Moda. They have flannel 108s. These are 108, beautifully soft flannel. And I have used 108s before in flannel. I love putting a flannel backing, even though I'm using regular cotton for the quilt. So we have 3 different colors for the flannel 108s. We have this light gray, and this is such a cool, kind of a modern looking, very hip backing, I feel like. Okay, I'm gonna have to have the warehouse get this back in the bag. I can't. So we have the gray, and then we have cream and black, which is more charcoal than it is black. So you can see it's got that same plaid. So these are the 3 108s we have in flannel from Moda. So we have them in 1 yard cuts. These are the 1 yard cuts, so they're 1 yard, 36 inches by 108. And then we have them in 3 yard cuts, which is 108 by 108. So beautiful backings. Love these. Just very excited to see these come in. And then we have another beautiful fabric from Moda. I'm sure some of you guys remember this one. So yes, this was just recently reprinted by Moda. They're calling it the Three Sisters Favorites. So this was the backing that we used for our Christmas in Europe Block of the Month quilt. And this fabric was so popular because we were the only ones that had it, because we had it specially printed for our back. Everybody was trying to get some, but we now have it back in 3 yard cuts and 1 yard cuts. It is the most gorgeous back for a quilt, of course, a Christmas quilt. It could also just be beautiful to use in a Christmas pattern or a Christmas quilt. And a 3 yard, the reason why I do 3 yard cuts is because that is going to be 108 inches long. And then if you get 2 of them, you can just add 1 seam and you have a backing that is 108 by 80, which is great for up to a twin size, sometimes even a smaller full. And of course 3 of these would make a 120 by 108, so that's enough for a big king size back. So beautiful, beautiful Christmas fabric. I love the collage, I love the vintage images, which is why I chose it for our back for Christmas in Europe. And those of you asking about a Christmas in Europe book, it's in the works, everybody. It's in the works. Yes, I will keep you posted on that. So speaking of more Christmas in that style, we got some great 1-yards from Tim Holtz. So these are all from his line Holidays Past. I purposely didn't put them in a bundle because I feel like these are more to add to things, more like a novelty, more collage like what we just saw. So I'm going to go through these. First one is the plaid. This one is just a beautiful vintage looking plaid. We have them in 1-yards, which is great. And you can easily cut this on the bias if you want it to be on the diagonal, but beautiful colors that works. It does not necessarily have to be and these are regular cottons. This is not flannel. Doesn't have to be Christmas. So then we have Holidays Past postcard collage, and this is very classic Tim Holtz. I felt like cutting these also in 1/2 yards, kind of, you get very little, so you can get more use out of this. This is great for napkins, for all kinds of fun things like our holiday gift bags, anything like that. So this is Holidays Past postcard collage. Postcard collage is this one. Then we have Winter Tulle, and this would be great as a background, I think. I think that's what I'm going to be collecting these for. So it's kind of like a calendar with these beautiful vintage tulle images. It has some calendar stamps in the back. Nice off-white and gray colorway. Winter Tulle Neutral is this one. Then we have Caroler. So this is Christmas Carol music notes, or musical, what is it called? Sheet music, right? It does have the lyrics on here. Could freshen up on my English, because I know a lot of Christmas songs and hymns in Icelandic, but I don't know the words in English, so maybe I'll just have to have this fabric in front. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. Can you? Oh, no, you can't read notes, so you can't even play by this for me.
I won't be playing that.
Well, you play by ear anyway, so.
Yeah, I can play by ear.
Okay, great. We'll practice. Maybe there'll be a Christmas concert. I'll be reading from fabric.
Not sure they want to hear
Not
that.
sure? No, yeah. I'm not sure either. So, Holidays Past Caroler in the neutral. And then we have Christmas clippings. Now this is really fun. You know, I love my typography prints. And so this one is, it's all these little cuts from just different prints. And so it's all kinds of Christmas phrases and words, but they don't make sense reading them. But it's really fun. It would be really cool as a background. So I'll definitely be playing with this for sure. Christmas clippings neutral. And last but not least, Holidays Past. This is holiday collage. So this is not just the postcards. This is more and a little more color. So we have some sheet music, some cards, and some fun color in here. Some really great prints, but another kind of a collage print that would be fun to use in different things. Love this. So if you guys are Tim Holtz fans, This is, like me, I'm sure this goes on your list. And one more beautiful thing, there is a 108 collage multi, which is similar to this, just a little bit different scale. Let me just show you a little bit different scale and a little bit more color. So this is the 108 and available in 3 yards and 1 yards, but really beautiful, fun prints, bringing in some more greens and color, a little bit of plaid. I love this. Really cool to use. So great new stuff from Tim Holtz. Love it. This would be perfect for a whole back of a quilt. Yeah, awesome. All right, so that's new from Tim Holtz. Like I said, I purposely didn't put it in a bundle. I felt like it would be just too little and not really be cohesive, and you know, it would need some other stuff. So just better to build it with basics. So we are going to, I have 2 new bundles to show you. Very exciting. I'm going to start with Hajime. I don't know how to pronounce this. Hajime. This is Japanese. That stands for new beginnings or beginning. Or it can also mean just like begin. So this is by Lewis and Irene. It's designed by Stuart Hillard, and it is inspired by vintage men's kimonos, which was workwear. But I just love the colorway and the beautiful prints. And of course, we love Lewis and Irene, their quality of fabric. So based out of the UK, this is here one of the big prints. This is really, really beautiful. I love the just a little bit muted blues with the taupes and the light grays. So pretty. So then we have this sashiko, a little bit of sashiko inspired print. I hope you saw the Perfect Pair show where Nancy showed you the sashiko. So beautiful. It was a popular show because we sold out of all of our sashiko, but we got more coming. But this is just the print. And then we have this one, these little textures, clouds of textures. And I purposely, there's a gradient going through these patterns, these fabrics. So we have some of those starting here on the lighter end. And then we have this one. The base is a little bit lighter, but bringing in a little bit of that light gold color, like a light mustard. I don't know. Not quite a mustard. What would we call this color? Like a flaxseed. I don't know. And here is that color.
You don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. This is I would say kind of a light mustard clay color. Yeah, beautiful. I love this texture. Love the earthiness of it. The so natural, organic. Then we have a stripe. Beautiful, irregular brushstroke stripe. Has a little bit of that gold color in here, but very subtle. Just light, nice and subtle. We have a little bit going into some of the blues. Some nice dusty blue print that has a little direction to it. This looks like little stitches as well. And then we bring in a blue, tad bit darker, same print as we have here, and it has that kind of a light beige, pinkish beige color in here. That's so pretty. Beautiful floral, just a two-tone floral, just a line drawing. This really looks like almost like poinsettias with the buds here in the center, but I'm sure it's some kind of a Japanese flower. And then this great texture, you can see the reminiscence from Japanese textiles. It's just really beautiful. And then we have the same texture we had with the gold in the blue. As you can see, it's getting a little bit darker. And then we finish off with the same main print here in the blue, and it is beautiful. So beautiful florals, has that lighter blue in a few tones and just a little bit of that gold in there. So this is Hajime. Beautiful. So somebody says it looks green on your screen. So it is more, no, it is more yellow. But let me give you my fabric poll. Starting on the darker end now. So in the darkest blues, I chose the Provisions and the Indigo. Provisions is, of course, the Tim Holtz. So nice coincidence that would work really well with this. Going into some of the more dusty blues, Dash Flow in the Cobalt. I love this one because that light blue specks in here have a little bit of a taupiness to it. Also love the Floral Elements in the Lapis Lazuli. So goes more with the medium blues here. I just love all these shades of blue. This is gonna give your quilt a lot of life and movement. Grassroots in the blue. This was part of our color club one time. Or I think it was just it was our blueberry color club, just recent. Grunge in the Harbor, also another great dusty light blue. And also the Bumbleberries in the gray blue is going to work perfectly. This is, of course, also a Lewis and Irene, so it's going to work really well with everything. For this tone here, I'm actually going to leave it out. I'm going to start on the other end now for some of these off-white or these taupey. We have a deco stitch. This one is a new color. It's called Windswept. It's a nice taupe color, a little caramel to it. And I just love it. It's perfect. It matches this color, base color, perfectly. I also love the Grunge and the Marble. So the marble color also has this light beigey feel to it. For the little bit lighter here, I would go with the Spotted White, not a pure white, or the Grunge and the Vanilla. So a little bit lighter than the Marble, as you can see, but still works great with the lighter tones in here. And then to add to your gold a little bit, you can go with the Spectrostatic and the Papyrus for a light version of it. Or I love this one, Seedling in the Flax. So you could go use this as an accent, use it with this one, pull out a few more of those golds and mix them in, and it'll be beautiful. But I just love this. Hajime by Lewis and Irene, designed by Stuart Hillard. Really awesome and unique. And if you're going to ask me what quilts I would make with this, so many. You could do something that needs lights and darks, like a Mia, or something like the Nova hanging behind Mr. HP today. That would work perfectly because you need lights and darks. Athena, of course. And then many others in the Quickies book would be fabulous. It'd be a great Dina. Yeah, just so many. It's hard to count them all. So then I have another beautiful small line for you. This is a 6-piece bundle. And this one has quite the story as well. So this one is called Delightful Dreams. And this is by QT Fabrics. The designer's name is Josie, and she is, I believe, she was 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old, but she was a quilter. So 50% of all the sales from this fabric go to an organization that makes quilts for kids, and it's kids with cancer. So she was a quilter, and she had cancer and designed this really colorful, fun little line. Unfortunately, she lost her battle to cancer, I think soon after we saw this line for the first time, which was heartbreaking. But of course, a great way to honor her and all the work she did to get kids quilting. It's just amazing. So Really colorful. We have the stars, we have the swirls, we have the stripe. And so I think this is beautiful. So QT is donating 50% of all the proceeds from this little fabric line to Quilts for Kids. And then a little bit, I just love these bright colors. And I think this is a great start, and then you can build around it with some basics. And then I included this white one as well because it was so fun with the colorful stars. But what a fun line for kids. And if you want to look into this organization, Quilts for Kids is for kids with cancer, making quilts for them. You can definitely do that, and what a great way to incorporate maybe some of these. So let's take a look at my beautiful rainbow fabric pole. So if you wanted to match the white, it's a pretty pure white. So this is Cotton Clouds and the fireworks, little fireworks, so that will work great, but any whites will mix in perfectly. For the blues, I pulled a suede in the turquoise, a great for the lighter one, and then for some of the darker blues, grunge in the cobalt. So lots of red in here, thatched crimson, a nice bright red to include. And then, of course, there's great oranges. So the grunge in the russet orange would be awesome. Also lots of gold. Dimples in the Raja would be fantastic in here. And then I pulled a little purple grunge in the boysenberry. It has a lot of that plum color, that purple in there. And then I pulled a green because we see some bright green also mixed in. So this is Dreams in the bright green. So just a rainbow of primary colors. For an accent or a background, you can always use white. You could use this as a focus print, but also you could go dark for a really sharp contrast. And grunge iron is not quite black. It is more, has a lot of warmth to it, so a little bit of an espresso charcoal. And so that would be another great option for a background or a focus print. Delightful Dreams by Josie for QT Fabrics. Really beautiful story behind this, really unique fabrics, which is what drew me in, and of course that story behind it. And you can read more about Josie and her story, of course, but Quilts for Kids, they, so she was 13 years old and an artist. She did other types of art, but also a quilter. So she got through a lot of her illness with sewing and quilting. So that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so check that out. I wanted to ask a giveaway question here at the end because, you know, we had our case come out and a lot of folks were so excited because they were planning to, you know, their retreats for next year. So when you head to retreat, a quilting retreat, I am so guilty of this, taking too many projects. How many bags or boxes of supplies do you lug with you? Yeah, I would always take my bag with the mat and the cutting tools and all of that. Then I would have another one with some fabrics and half-done projects, and then I would probably 3 or 4. Yeah, and then we're not talking about the personal stuff or the sewing machine. I would be quite a bit. I would always have projects I would pack projects for 2 weeks, even though I was going to be there for 3 days. Yeah. I was really optimistic of getting a lot done. 300, yeah. Maybe not 300, but way more than I could get done in 3 days. So let us know in the comments just for fun, and you're automatically entered to win a $25 gift card, which we will announce the winner on our next show. Next show will be Wednesday next week. Wednesday, August 28th at 4 p.m. Central. So Tipsy Tuesday on a Wednesday. And remember, we're going to tell you all about our Stripology Quickies Club and some other fun stuff. Share some more from our adventures in St. Louis at Baby Lock Tech. And then tomorrow morning, Colleen will be here with a One Yard Wednesday show. That's going to be August 21st. Tomorrow, great deals on 1 yards, and that's at 9:30 a.m. The Happy Friday show following that this Friday, August 23rd. We will be here at 12 noon. Well, you won't. You're playing at the State Fair. So Mr. GP will be producing for me on Friday.
Yep.
So you're playing at the State Fair Friday and Thursday.
I'll be eating cheese curds, hot dogs, hamburgers, Snickers.
Oh, corn on the cob.
Fried Snickers on a stick.
Anything on a stick.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'll play some music too.
Minnesota State Fair is opening. This is opening week.
Yeah.
And tell them where you're playing. If somebody's going to the fair, Thursday or Friday.
I think it's the Lining Kugel stage, the band shell.
The band shell?
At 3:45 and 4:45. The Men of Motown.
Men of Motown, yes.
Be fun.
Stop
Thursday
by
and
if
Friday.
you're going.
Yeah.
But that's it for our show today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and a wonderful rest of your week. I wanted to tell you this. If you're looking for the fabric pulls, they're not on our blog anymore. We've been implementing this new app, so you can go to the bundle on our website, for example, Hajime or Delightful Dreams, and right below there will be all the 1 yards that we suggested to use with the bundle. We're right there below we're on the product page. So check it out. But thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.